So when did Ron hit you up for
Yeah, I was gonna
Blotted
ask.
Science? I want to hear
Oh
that
yeah, that
story.
came yeah.
Yeah.
I think like 2010,
Hmm.
something like that.
Hmm.
And this was also by 2010 or something like that because I remember yes, we were on tour with Cannibal Corpse, and I actually Ron before he did like the first Blotted. Before that was released, he asked actually through Muhammad because he liked Necrophages if I was free to record a couple of songs for that first
Wow.
record.
Oh,
And but there was so much going on at that time for me. Also, like I felt like Necrophages being like really a big pressure. Then I thought like, okay, I know exactly where it's going. Then I told this story to Alex Webster when we were like, I don't know, waiting for the tour bus or something like that. Said actually I was supposed to play on that, and now I regret it never happened. I should just have done it because that album is awesome and I really like it. And yeah,
Hmm. Yeah, it is a fucking ripper, dude.
and then, yeah, after the tour, actually Webster got in touch. He wrote me an email. I was like, actually, we were looking for a guy to for the next Blotted project, which was this like
That EP, what was it
that
called?
EP, which was super difficult as well. But that was more fun to do because even though it's also very precise writing, but it's my own drum parts. And of course, I wrote him together with Ron because he's very specific what he wants to hear and what not. And also he's a genius composer, so I got to listen to what he has to say and suggest. But I could create my own drum line with his
interesting.
benchmarks,
Yeah.
and I wrote it down, and then I thought like, okay, now on note sheets it works perfectly. Let's see if I'm able to apply that to the drum set. And I had to rewrite a couple of stickings because not possible
I have a
unless you're not.
question. I have a
Yeah,
question. So, when I was talking, we were talking about with when we had Derek Roddy on, but he was going to do it originally, right? It was like kind of
yeah.
announced on the first one, and so when I was hanging out with him, it was like 2006 or whatever it was, and we were hanging out, and like I was asking him about it, and he was like, "Oh, like da 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 da," didn't work out for various reasons. But one thing he said was that he didn't want like any ride cymbal, like it was just all hi hat, like the whole time. He just wanted hi hats on it and something.
Yeah.
But you did some ride too, so I'm curious how that worked out.
Actually, the only right symbol, I as I remember it, is like in blast beats and
Right, it's
stuff.
like the yeah, I
Yeah,
know what you mean. Yeah,
and I
yeah,
guess that's okay with Ron, but I remember Ron like made a comment about you want to use a right symbol. What's next? A cowbell?
yeah. Why
No,
not?
I mean, yeah. Also, when you listen to like the Spastic Ink stuff,
Yeah.
it's only hi-hats all the time.
Right.
Although his brother plays more like on the hi-hat. I don't know if because
Yeah.
Ron wanted to be, or if Bobby, if that's more of his style. I think a lot
Sure.
of that's also of the Blotted drums that I came up with is based on Bobby Beck's playing a
Right.
lot because I thought like, here's the
Yeah.
obvious connection. They are brothers. They do music like forever, and actually, he's a kick-ass drummer, so that's a
Speaking
good
of a
role model.
ridiculous drummer, dude.
Yeah, that's what he's probably one of my favorite metal drummers.
Oh, yeah.
So that was a big role model for me for those Blotted recordings because I thought it's obvious.
Yeah.
And yeah, part of that is this hi-hat stuff. And I think yeah, and it depends. And maybe I'm not, when working with projects and stuff, I mean, project, it's a band, sure. But if it's not my own stuff and I work with other people, it's same with Necrophagist. If somebody has like a really distinct vision, and I know this person is a great writer, a great composer in general, then I don't really question that and sit there and say, but I have to do my stuff. Maybe now even more because I did a lot of these techie compositional things on the drums where I adapted somebody else's ideas and really worked it into my system. I always thought that I benefit from that, but as the older I get, the less I want to compromise, of course.
Hmm.
And I think like no, I think I do this for such a long time. I just want to be myself and play my ideas and my style, because now I have a distinct style and I want to use that. Unless some really crazy composer guy comes and,
Yeah. Well,
write something.
I think
So,
so something I want to say to you, Hannes, that I've been like realizing here is that, I mean, dude, like just straight up, bro, like every project that you become a part of, like you make it like better, like at least in that period that you did it, like in my opinion, even if it was all really like already really good, like the new Hate Eternal, like the Blotted, like your Blotted Science album. And I love the first one. I love the drummer. Is it Charlie or whatever that did the first one? Killer job.
The Whole Octopus or
Killer
something?
job. Yeah. But
Yep.
it's like, there's something about it's like why I like Epitaph more than Onset, even though a lot of people like Onset, like because they're original songs, whatever. But I like with the drumming, like you can take something that's super like technical and seemingly mechanical based on how it's programmed and make it sound human. Like, and that's insane, dude. Like how you do that.
I would say thank you, first of all. I would say for Epitaph, I would give more credit to actually Mohammed, because for writing the actual parts. I mean, of course I had to play it.
But the way you play it, dude, like it's not just like
the way I play it, it's pretty much to the grid.
I know, but I'm still there's just something though I don't know, for me.
It goes back to like what Roddy was talking about and things about like it's in your hands. It's like it's a tone that you have. It's a style that you bring. It's not like like obviously you're hitting probably note for note what he wanted you to hit, but it's like like Roddy went through a big thing about like how he hits and how he wants to be he wants to be known for this tone that he has, you know what I mean? And I feel like what Casey's getting at too is like you have that tone.
There's
like
a spirit in your playing. There's a spirit there. It's not just he's fast and mechanical. That's what I'm trying to get at. And it has expression too, like musically, like we're talking about being influenced by, dynamic drummers like Vinny Colaiuta and all these people. Yeah, man. And on Blotted Science, like that's so hard to do. Like, how do you take something that's so just calculated and then make it sound human at the same time and flowing? And I mean, when I heard you were going to be doing that, I was all excited because I'm a huge nerd of Jarzenbeck stuff, and your stuff. So I was like, oh, this is gonna be cool. And it just came out like, dude, I love that recording. I rock it often. And when it first came out, I was rocking it constantly, dude. I think it's just sick as fuck, man.